Happy Monday. I'm here with Mabel and Caliber's mini Bernedoodle puppies and Kit Kat. So this is Happy Monday part 1 of this video. We have these 3 puppies that are still looking for their forever families. And then we have 3 puppies from this litter who have been selected. So part 2 will be a video of those puppies so that their families can see them. And I say we have 3 available puppies. I don't really know how to phrase it because we're still not sure what we're going to do with Quill. And we'll talk a little bit about him in just a second. So if you're interested in Fable, our little tri-party puppy here, or Inky, our tri-color little boy, or learning more about Quill, our little merle boy, then you can email us at ocoeeriverdoodles@gmail.com and we'll schedule a phone call and answer any questions you have. If you're close enough to Ocoee, Tennessee, and you would like to come meet the puppies in person, then we can make an appointment for that as well. So this is our storybook litter. So they all have storybook themed names. And we have Story, Read, and Paige that have been selected by their families already. So those will be my, and they're all, no, Read's a boy. Those puppies will be in our part 2. So these puppies are going to be ready to go home the end of August. I think it's like the 27th through the 30th. I think the 27th is on a Wednesday, and that's when they're 8 weeks old. And we've got Kit Kat out here playing too. So we expect these puppies, or at least these 2 boys right here, to be approximately 30 to 45 pounds. Quill may be a little smaller because you can see he's tiny compared to his brothers and compared to his sisters that aren't out here right now. Fable and Inky are gonna have big curls, a big thick coat with big curls. Here's Fable. And Dr. Bart just came to give them their first set of vaccinations and a health exam. So everyone except for Quill is cleared to go to their new families at the end of August when they're 8 weeks old. So we've posted a few times about Quill, but for anyone who may not have seen, when Quill was born, his ribs were not positioned correctly. So Dr. Bart watched him, and at first he thought everything was going to be okay just the way it was, that he might have some restrictions as far as lung capacity and activity level because of lung capacity, just because his ribs didn't give his lungs the ability to expand. But as Quill grew, Dr. Bart thought a better option for him would be surgery to correct the positioning of his ribs. So Quill had surgery 2 weeks ago now, and he is doing great. Dr. Bart checked him on Friday, and everything's looking good so far, but he still has a brace on, and we're going to leave that brace on for a little while longer just to keep pulling those ribs into place. So once the brace is off, he'll do another physical exam so he can check him over really good. And at that point, that's probably when we'll decide what kind of home we're going to be looking for Quill. Everyone's getting really attached to him here, though. He is everyone's favorite, and it may not feel fair to say that we have a favorite, but this little guy has been extra tough and extra fun, and he's just doing so well. So he runs and bounces and plays and follows us around everywhere. We don't leave him with his litter mates because of this brace on. He does good playing with them, but we just want to be able to supervise him. So he is with us a lot so that he is not with them while we can't be watching him. And so this may be his first time playing with Kit Kat. So that's kind of the story on Quill. And then our other 2 little boys here. Let's see if we can get them on camera closer. Puppies are doing great with their potty training. They have a doggy door in their room, and they go out the doggy door. Kit Kat wants to say hi too. They go out their doggy door to go potty, and they keep their inside area clean. Now puppies this young, we wouldn't consider fully potty trained. We'll always have an adjustment when they go home and settle in with their new families. And when they're out without access to their doggy door, if we're not watching for signs that they need to go potty or taking them out often enough, then they're going to have an accident. So that's just the nature of having young puppies. So Fable is all pretty and spotted. He is called his color is called Party, P-A-R-T-I, because he's got part color and part white. And we have reduced his price just because of these markings. They tend to be sometimes not as popular as the traditional patterned puppies. However, sometimes we have families where the party puppies are their first choice. And they like all that spotty, quirky uniqueness that makes them a fun Bernedoodle, but a little different. And then Inky has the classic tricolor Bernedoodle markings. So his markings mimic that of the Bernese Mountain Dog with the inky black coat and then the tan cheeks and paws and eyebrows, and then the white lays, and he's got a little bit of white on the tips of his toes and the white tip on his tail. And then Quill is merle pattern, so this gray with the big black patches, that is commonly referred to as a blue merle. We could call it a black based merle as well. So that's going to be all for Movie Monday for this group of puppies for today. I'm going to go inside and get out our others so that their families can see them. We've heard lots of reports of getting ready for the puppies and ordering all the things from Amazon and Chewy, getting food ordered and deciding on names. We've got one of our chosen puppies has her name decided already. And Mia's puppies, Mia's mini Bernedoodles have all been selected. So our next litter of mini Bernedoodles is due from Punky and Caliber in September. So those puppies will be born, I think it's like September 20th maybe. And they'll be going home in November. So thanks for following our puppies here at Ocoee River Doodles, and check back in with our Bernedoodle babies next week. Happy Monday part 2. I have our 3 puppies who have their forever families waiting for them out playing in the big yard now. And these 3 puppies are all merle puppies. I've got 2 girls out here and 1 boy. So they're having fun playing in the big yard. Got Story right here. Story has her forever name and she is Bella, which is always a beautiful name for a puppy. And I have Paige right here. Paige is still waiting on her forever name. And a lot of times families want the puppies home before they decide on a name. It's a big decision of a name you're going to be saying over and over. So sometimes it takes having the puppy with them for a little bit. And then I have Reed. And Reed is still waiting on his forever name also. So Story and Reed are actually going to be going to the same family. So we say that when we have multiple puppies, especially when families come visit and see other available puppies, everyone always talks about, what if I got 2? But usually that doesn't happen. But this time we had a family who's very excited about the possibility of bringing home Paige and Story and having siblings. No, not Paige and Story, Paige and Reed. Paige is loving this little way over here. There's Reed. I'll see if we can get Story's face a little bit better. She's been bouncing around everywhere. This is Story. Or Bella now. We're having her real name. Her face got closer, but it got real close. This is Reed. Play on Kit Kat. And Reed and Paige together. And Story found a pine cone. There we go. Get pretty Bella in her eyes. All for this week's Movie Monday for this group. Movie Monday next week for them, and then they'll start heading to their families. So if you're interested in one of the puppies who are available, then you can message us and let us know. We hope you have a great week here from Ocoee River Doodles.